To the continuing controversy over the appointment of Queensland's highest judicial officer. In an extraordinary speech, a sitting judge on the Court of Appeal has called for Tim Carmody to withdraw before he is sworn as Chief Justice next month. Other senior legal figures have questioned his legal experience and slammed the process that led to his appointment. Former Attorney General Denver Beanland was instrumental in the appointment of the outgoing Chief Justice, Paul de Jersey. He joined me earlier today. Denver Beanland, is Tim Carmody a good selection as Chief Justice?
Well, the government believes so. They've appointed him, and he's been appointed now by the Governor in Council. And I congratulate Judge Carmody, I should say, on his appointment to the position of Chief Justice. I mean, this is how the system's worked now for over 150 years. Ever since the first Chief Justice was appointed, that was quite a controversial issue.
Yes, you're a historian, aren't you? So,
I am, that's right.
How long has it been since someone outside of the Supreme Court, like Judge Carmody has been given the office of Chief Justice?
Well, you have to look back at Justice Cockle. He was brought from England to fill the position of Chief Justice instead of appointing Judge Lutwidge.
How long ago was that?
That was back in the 1860s. Secondly, I suppose, you go to Sir Samuel Griffith. He was Premier and Attorney General of the state of Queensland when he resigned, and a few minutes later was appointed Chief Justice of Queensland, and that was organised by Sir Thomas McIlwraith, not by Samuel Griffith. He had to have a £1,000 increase in the Chief Justice's salary, because he couldn't afford to take on the position otherwise, because he's in financial difficulties.
Do you understand why there is a controversy over the current appointment?
Well, I can understand there's some controversy, but I think it's inappropriate that the judiciary get involved in this. It brings discredit to the court. The court's got to be held in the highest of confidence. And, of course, there's the separation of powers issue. Now, as a former Attorney General, I don't go around giving votes of confidence to any judge, apart from the ones that I obviously recommended for appointment. But unfortunately, when you get so many people as we have at the moment, and I think they should cease the intemperate language. We have a lot of intemperate language coming on, which is unfortunate.
But we've also got a sitting Court of Appeal judge, John Muir, asking Tim Carmody to withdraw.
Yes, I noticed that. I think that was in the last 24 hours or 48 hours. I think that's a little unfortunate. I mean, judges can say as they wish, of course, but they shouldn't get involved in politics. Now, whether we like it or not, the appointment or judges, however it's done, will be done by the political process.
Now, you appointed Justice de Jersey, as you
did.
You said earlier.
I recommended the appointment to Cabinet and the Executive Council.
He's regarded as an outstanding Chief Justice. So what attributes were you looking for and resided in him?
Well, I won't go through them all because I don't think that's appropriate, but I will say this. It's very important for a Chief Justice to have energy, lots of energy, to be a good administrator, to have the right personality, and to have, obviously, the legal expertise. But, I mean, the first 3 points I mentioned are very important because you're managing a court system. You've got to handle all the courts, the justice system. You're Chief Justice, just not the Supreme Court, but you're the Chief Justice of Queensland.
Now, you've got barristers, not judges, but barristers like Walter Sofronoff saying Tim Carmody is too close to the government. Is that perception problematic for a Chief Justice? Well,
I'm not sure where that comes from. I mean, I saw some comment about that. I think it was on your channel, but I have never seen that. I barely know him. He's certainly not frequented in Liberal parties or National Party circles. In fact, I understand he was courted by the Labor Party for some time, and obviously they think well enough of him also. So this isn't just one side of the political house, it's both sides of the house. Have very good views, obviously, of Judge Carmody, and I see no reason to say that he's not very independent, a fair man, a fair mind, and will do a good job.
Do you have any issue with the process, which has also raised some controversy about the leaking of the consultations?
Well, I thought you might raise that when you asked me to come on. I did the consultation very quietly, but widespread consultation and my own way, and I had other people help me do that. I don't know how this consultation's being conducted, but I often see comments from leading lawyers, barristers, other people, that we should have a transparent system. We should set up some sort of commission to make this appointment and so on and so forth. Well, if you do that, it'll all be out there. There'll be bread and circuses every day as we go through this process. I mean, one of the things I pride myself on...
I guess if up front you know everyone's going to learn of it, that's one thing. But if you're expected or think that it's going to be confidential and then it gets leaked, then that's a breach of trust.
Well, I've never conducted any of those discussions one way or the other without thinking that somebody might leak it. I mean...
But did you ever leak anything?
I certainly did not.
And would you expect that those private conversations would remain private?
I certainly would, but I would always expect the unexpected. One thing I found out when you're the Attorney-General, that you can always expect the unexpected. It happens every day of the week, and you just have to be ready for it, so you have to be very careful what you say. It's what you say gets you into trouble, more so than what other people say.
All right, Denver Beanland, thanks very much for your time.
Pleasure, mate. Thank you.